What up, guys? Welcome back to the vlog. It is a really nice January day here today in Los Angeles, which is going to make for a really great evening of driving. As promised, we're introducing the new car today. I've been fortunate to add another one that I think is going to really kind of round out my love for this specific era of cars. While I was really aiming for an NSX, this kind of fell into my lap, and I think that it's going to be even better. So without any further ado, R33 Skyline GTR. This is a car that didn't totally see myself owning. While I really do like all of the Skyline GTRs, the 32 and the 34 were kind of where I thought this was all going to end for me Skyline wise, but this 33 came up, and it's been sitting in our inventory forever. No one wanted to take it, and all of a sudden we've seen a big uptick in R33 GTR buyers, and I figured might as well jump on one myself, because with the R34 coming and prices going up and up, it's only going to get more expensive to get your hands on one of these. So it seemed like an opportune time to buy. So happy to have it as part of my collection, and I'm going to have so much fun modifying this car. For those of you who don't know, there's such a huge history in Skyline GTR racing. The R33 GTR raced in Le Mans, as well as a handful of other circuit racing, though it wasn't quite as successful as the R32 and overall street circuit racing. The 33 does have a ton of history behind it, which I personally really love. So I'll take a minute here to take you guys through the car before we head on a little bit of a drive. Obviously, I have to test this thing out, see how it does. So we're taking it up to Angeles Crest, going to get some photos, do a little bit of driving, but let's jump into the car right now. Starting from what you can see first, the BBS LM wheels, something that I have on my R32 GTR that I do really like as well. I don't think these wheels are going to stay permanently on the car, but I do like them for now. Down here, you can see the Series 3 lip, which is quite nice. Gives it a little bit more of an aggressive look. The Nismo ducks in the front there, like I eventually added to the R32. And of course, the N1 bonnet here, which is pretty cool, rounds out that Nismo look in the front. Here in the back, we've got the Nismo arches, something that Steve has on his car that I really liked. This is actually used for shocking in Japan to make sure your tire fits within the wheel well, which is a requirement for shocking registration in Japan. More of a fashion thing here in the US. Right behind us, we have the N1 spats on the back here, which kind of give a little bit more aggressive and wider look to the back. Obviously, stock side skirt, so I'm going to want to go ahead and replace those at some point. And then moving around to the back here, I paint matched this white because I like the way that it looks like white. This was originally black, and we've got the carbon garnish here, which also is looking pretty cool. Also added this carbon garnish. So this is something that I bought in Japan. This little Nismo piece here just kind of brings this to the front a little bit with some extra carbon. And of course, the blue Nismo tinted mirrors, something that I bought for the R34 as well. These actually do look pretty nice when you're looking at them as a driver. Moving inside. So if you can't already tell, the theme of this car is Nismo everything, kind of like I did with my R32. We got an OG Nismo shift knob, which is something that I've had for a while. Got the Nismo triple meter there, and the white face Nismo cluster in the front, which is really cool. Super great OG piece. And then I added this Nismo wheel, which is brand new actually, but feels really great in the hand. It had a personal wheel on here originally, so I swapped that out for this Nismo wheel, which is really cool. One thing that's unique about the Nismo wheel is if you don't want to see the horn button and you want it to look like more of an OEM look, you take this Nismo piece and put it right over the top, and then you have a more normal looking steering wheel. Final interior piece so far are these Nismo pedals, something that I liked a little bit. Feels good on the feet, looks pretty cool. So that pretty much wraps up the interior for now, though there's still so much more to get done inside here. Under the hood, not too much to see here. Pretty much stock, though very clean. One thing I did add is this old school Nismo oil cap, which I've had kind of in hiding for a while. and then this ARC cooling panel, which is something that Taka had at the shop. Eventually I'll switch this for a Nismo one, because like I said, I do want the whole theme to be Nismo on this car, but really do like this piece. Plus it kind of helps cover up the weird wires underneath. All in all, I think I'm going to have a lot of fun with this car. It looks great already. The car drives really, really nicely from the little bit that I've driven it already. But like I said, we're at Blake's house right now. We're about to head up to Angeles Crest, do a little driving. Steve's meeting us here. Of course, we're going to get some photos and some videos of this thing because I do really want to just start getting to work on it right away, and also documenting all of the cool things you can do with an R33 GTR and have it go from a relatively stock looking body like this, that with a few little Nismo touches can make the car's appearance dramatically different without having to cut or damage anything. Steve is here, the official tour guide of Angeles Crest. Couldn't take the R33 up there without having Steve properly escort me in his R33 GTR. So now that he's here, we can get screw around and go way faster than they need to go and have a lot more confidence than they probably should have, which results in like a ton of accidents, which is why I don't ever come up here. But it is a great place to take photos and it is a good way to get a feel for the car, you know, and how it handles. Even though I've driven a lot of R33s before, driven a lot of R33s up here before, you know, it's kind of different to have my own, kind of see how it does. So the cam footage here should give you a little bit of an idea of why this is such a cool road. There's lots of winding curves, switchbacks, you know, high rock walls that open up into really expansive views, which is really, really cool. But again, you know, one thing we were just talking about is it's not just the people up here doing burnouts like someone we just passed, but it's also, you know, there's a lot of cyclists on this road, people out hiking and stuff like that. So it's important to really be mindful of what's around you kind of at all times while you're driving up here, and just, you know, being out of control at an excessive speed doesn't really make that easier for anybody at all. But it is an absolutely incredible drive. It's almost like driving in Hakone, but not quite as peaceful. On that, I think we are going to call this little photo video sesh a wrap, but sunset is happening now, so it is a little bit dark, but with that, I think we will call this a success and go do a little bit more driving downhill. So it's getting dark. Blake's going to drive us back in the R33 and see how he likes the R33 GTR compared to, I don't know, other GTRs.
Or my pickup truck.
Or his pickup truck. Or his, actually more importantly, his Subaru.
Yeah, true.